integrity. You have brought another word. What is integrity? When we say be ethical, what does it mean?
Basically means the knowledge of good or bad.
The knowledge of good or bad. Okay. So when we say ethical behavior, what do we mean then?
A behavior that has been set to be followed.
Okay. So a behavior that is what? Acceptable by what? The various standards, the various people in such environment. So why do we need this? We need this because when it comes to the accountancy profession, there are various organizations that contribute to it. The first one is the ICAG, the International Federation of Accountants. This is a global accountancy body that is responsible for running accountancy across the world. When you go to ICAG, there are sub-organs or sub-organizations under ICAG. The first one is IPSA, International Public Sector Accounting Standard Board. This standard board is responsible for the issuance of the IPSAs, the International Public Sector Accounting Standards. That is our focus. 2, we also have what is referred to as the International Audit and Assurance Standard Board. The International Audit and Assurance Standard Board. This board also at IFAG is responsible for the issuance of the ISAs, that is the International Standards on Auditing. Then there is also another board called the International Accountancy Education Standard Board. International Accounting Education Standard Board. This standard board is there to provide guidelines for institutions in designing accounting programs. So this is what guides the Institute of Chartered Accountants in designing its continuous professional development or continuous professional development studies. Then the fourth one under IFAG, which is where we are coming, is the ISBA, International Ethics Standard Board for what? Accountants. This board is what is responsible for what? The ethics. Why do we have to understand this? We need to understand this because ICAG, Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana, is a member of IFAG. And since it is a member of IFAG, ICAG has adopted the codes of ethics for professional accountants. So these codes of ethics are what we want to look out for to see how an accountant is supposed to behave under various circumstances. So what are these codes of ethics? 5 of them to be specific. So your integrity will come. Objectivity. Professional competence and due care. Professional behavior. And my favorite of the favorites is confidentiality. So if you're a gossip, you cannot be an accountant. You talk too much. Alright, okay, so let's take them one after the other and discuss them. What? Yep.
Have they changed the syllabus?
Have they?
Changed the syllabus.
How? Why? Okay. The ethics are part of what we have to discuss in
This.
like this. No. Like you are not supposed to know this for the exam.
Me? Okay.
I won't share that. Oh wow. Where shows I make sure all days in the Mangawi. Hey. Okay, that's just by the way. You don't have to really know this for the exam, but that is how the IFAG is. So it is not that it is in the syllabus you have to know it, but it is something you need to understand. So integrity. What does it mean when we say an accountant should be a person of integrity? Should I give you water? Mm-hmm. Integrity. One of our father principle. What they are bad, our self. Yeah, can't say integrity. Yes. What does it mean? Now that is a hallmark for the Institute of Chartered Accountants. Is it a mantra or whatever? So you see under the logo, integrity. What does it mean to be a person of integrity? Yeah? Integrity simply means that the accountant must be straightforward and honest in all professional dealings. Okay? The accountant must be straightforward and honest in all professional dealings. That is the quality of integrity. Be straightforward and honest in all professional dealings. Don't be murmuring like, say if it is blue, say it's blue. If it is green, say it's green. If it is blue, don't go and say it's indigo. I mean, be straightforward and honest. Now, honest and straightforward means both to the client as well as to the regulatory bodies. That is very, very important. So to your client, be honest to him, but also be honest to the tax, to the authority. So for instance, if you are preparing the tax returns for a company, and your client tells you that, Charlie, do it in such a way that I don't pay much tax on. You've got to also be careful that you are honest to what? The regulatory body. That's very, very important. That's a good spot to be in. So your client tells you that, Charlie, you don't want to pay tax. But where sir, who try and draw actual regulatory body? So you've got to make sure that you are honest to both the client and to the regulatory body. Yes.
What if the regulatory body has been cheating the client?
Give me an example.
Oh, maybe you are illiterate.
Mm-hmm.
You have a small scale business.
Yes.
Then maybe you don't know you are not supposed to pay certain taxes.
Excuse me. Yes, you have a small business and you are paying taxes.
Taxes you are not supposed to pay.
Okay.
But you didn't know.
Okay.
Then you get
An accountant.
yes. And you realize that you've paid so much money.
Yes.
So now person told.
Yeah. And how person tell car there is a right way to till your car. What's the right way to till your car? You file tax returns and then you appeal for whatever you've paid. Just that there is a deadline for it. After some time you don't appeal, but that doesn't mean say what you can't who is here. As I buy you over to be careful. Make sure I will wake up with you. Next one. Objectivity. What does it mean to be objective? Objectivity. What does it mean to be objective? An accountant must be objective in what he is doing. So what does it mean to be objective? Mm-hmm. Come on, wait, bro,
Objectivity means you shouldn't be biased or one-sided.
Good.
You should have a broad mind and then
So you should be neutral.
you should be neutral in your dealings.
Okay. So objectivity simply means that the accountant must not allow bias or conflict of interest to affect judgments made in the preparation and presentation of financial statements. The accountant must not allow bias and conflict of interest to affect judgments made in the preparation and presentation of financial statements. You aren't biased, and on top of that, you must make sure that there is no what? Conflict of interest. What is conflict of interest? And give me an example of conflict of interest. Don't give me an example if you can't tell me what it is. What is conflict of interest? Then give me an example. Give a shot. Who is coming? Conflict of interest. Okay, you give me an example. If you have an example, give me an example. Since you guys, you like examples that.
Conflict of interest is when your personal interest is battling with
Your personal interest. Oh, your personal interest is battling. Hey, Charlie. What are you calling me? It's battling with what?
corporate corporate interest.
The corporate interest. Okay. So when you say your personal interest is valuable, that means that your judgment, as you are making, you are looking at the gains that you are going to have as an individual. So for instance, you are at a board meeting and you are making decision about salaries of employees. And you know, if they should increase the salary of employees by 10%, you as a senior executive, your salary will be increased by 25%. So you sit there, then they are talking, yes, we have to increase. Now the economy is Debbie, but truly you know that what you are saying is because you know your pocket will also be what? Heavy. So now, does it mean you shouldn't make that? You have to, but you must make sure that you don't allow bias and what? Conflict of interest. Or you say that, let's increase the salary of the finance department because they are the people who prepare the financial statement. Then the other department, when you do that, that is bias. So you must make sure that every judgment that you are exercising in the preparation and presentation of financial statement, you don't allow bias and conflict of interest to step in. Third one, confidentiality. Let me come to confidentiality. What is confidentiality? If you have a program, you can't be a chartered accountant. So what is confidentiality? How many of you have breached this before? Like, you know there is an information you got, and you are not supposed to, like it's an information, but because of your friends at the saloon, or you are checking dresses somewhere, or, you know, then you start saying it. Hey, Saba Sheni TV. Sheni TV. Check out what all them. Ni salary, ni salary, you don't know.
But we don't tell it to people that it affects so much.
No,
People finally know them probably.
You have still breached the rule. Because you will say they don't know them, but they will get to know them one day.
I tell my husband that, when you hear so much,
Okay.
it doesn't mean.
No, you are not supposed to do that. Confidentiality. Who said?
No.
And information can be useful sometime in the future. Into what kind of action area, you know, that actually said, the people that say you are no more in the company, they will say, not company you go. They will say, hey, no, be or this salary can see away a month there, and then a company new. We then a oh, say, wow, say, where you are, last be, cha, no, catch it. Chinese time, no, Chinese salary. That's it, yeah. You see that? So, that is the issue about confidentiality. So, this code of ethics simply states that the accountant must conceal information that he gathers during his work and should not disclose it to third parties without permission. The accountant should conceal information gathered during the work and must not disclose to third parties without permission. So you conceal the information and don't disclose it to third parties. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, conflict of interest. I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a limit?
Give me an example, then I can understand your question.
There was a debate just last month.
Okay.
When you are maybe a CEO of a company,
Okay.
and your maybe daughter is coming to work there,
Okay.
and qualifies as well as other people. One solid but still the vacancy is less than the number of people who qualify.
Yeah.
So now it's your discretion.
You have to decide.
To anyone you want.
Yeah.
And you are on the board.
You're on the board.
So can you give it to your daughter?
Yeah, you give it to your daughter and she possesses all the qualification. No problem. Just that, to some extent, they will say there is conflict of interest. But if, like you are saying, all the board members can see, all these 5 people qualify. But you see, if all the 5 people qualify, we have to go behind the scene and find out what is exceptional about them. Are you getting the idea? So if we check out all these people, we can't really trace them. But we know Mr. Kukurentumi. Mr. Kukurentumi is a dedicated guy. He's really this. So if that is the case, then her daughter will also be equally what? A hard-working person. So yes, it could be that there is some level of bias, but if really we are going behind the scene and selecting based on qualities like that, then there may not be any conflict of interest. But it's always judgmental and debatable. It's always debatable. Because this government like this, they say there is a lot of family and friends government. Are you getting it? It's conflict of interest. So you can't fight corruption. Yeah, that is the question. They qualify.
But when something happens assuming your son is an MD in a bank, and something happens in the bank, how do you address that issue?
That is it. So that is the issue.
Because you are your son cannot work there.
No, that is the practical aspect of the issue. You know, you can't reprimand him like that. You can't scold him like that, like a stranger.
Normally, what they do is, if I'm in EcoBank, maybe I'll work for my son to be in Stanchart.
Okay.
Not if you don't have influence there. Your influence
they have influence. Because of
okay, so her question also is, what if you don't have influence then?
If you don't have influence, let him stay at home.
Because of you, your son
unless you are leaving the company, then your son
can come. Yeah, it's all judgmental.
Even the work, right? You disassociate yourself from them, so that when they do the selection and your daughter qualify, you will not.
But they can even take your son or daughter because of you. They know that he is your son.
That is there. But it's always judgmental. It's always judgmental. Like Donald Trump, like this, one of his personal advisors is his own daughter. His own daughter. Is it Ivanka Trump, I guess? Her own daughter. And she travels with her everywhere he goes. With him everywhere he goes. And people are like, your daughter, the lady is not old, but she knows about international politics, she understands everything, and he prepared her for the job. So what do you say? So it's always judgmental. It's always judgmental. No, that's it. So confidentiality, learn to conceal the information and don't disclose the information to third parties without prior knowledge. But there is an exception to this rule. What is the exception? When can you talk? Don't talk, but when can you talk?
Unless it has legal implications.
Like, so for instance, the accountant is a witness in a legal or in a court case, right? If you're a witness in a court case, then that is an exception. You can talk. What else? If the information is for the public interest, then you cannot disclose it. But please note that there is no law book in the whole world that defines the word public interest. For that reason, you must seek legal advice to find out whether this information is in the public interest or not. But issues like money laundering, terrorist financing, counterfeit printing of currencies, all of these things are illegal. So if these are illegal activities, then certainly you don't need permission from the client entity. You just go straight to the regulatory bodies and inform them about it. Another exception is if the accountant is before a disciplinary committee. So for defense purposes, defense under regulatory requirements. So like those banks that collapsed and their auditors were called before the disciplinary committee of Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana, they were before them. And when you get there, you have to say everything to them. And you know they were fined, right? And they were given also time to pay their fine. I mean, that is nice. I think they have up to January ending of 2020 to finish paying their fine. But these are some exceptions we can talk about in confidentiality. In a nutshell, what we are saying here is this: keep quiet. Don't tell your husband, don't tell your girlfriend, don't tell your boyfriend, don't tell anybody.
Now, if you and your husband has a joint account, your husband automatically know.
No, that one is between your information, but we're talking about the company information. Okay, the company information. And actually, TV na MD abano kasa. She nimbi. Last week, called Dubai, the bonus. $100,000 every month. Yeah. The salary check it so you realize that you begin to voice out. But when you do that, you are breaching this rule. Just that everybody falls a victim of it. Because the truth of the matter is that everybody has somebody they trust. So you will say,
why is salary not confidential? President requires a salary will be able.
Oh, sir, president. Okay, within president, the basic salary, but you don't know the other issues. So it's still confidential. Until when somebody from the presidency comes out and discloses the total net salary of the president, that is going to be a blow. Yeah, it has to be known. For the president, it has to be known. But when it comes to the issues about, especially for the private sector, for security reasons and other issues, you don't have to know. Like the MD of EcoBank. I mean, you can't just come and tell us the salary that he has in public like that. It's not good. Maybe the shareholders, it's okay for shareholders' purpose. But for general public, that will be serious. That will be serious. You will be exposing him to a lot of threats.
Okay.
Are you getting the idea? Because if you know that, hey, this guy is rich.
Family pressure.
Family, you got, and Ghana, and then I'm going to show no. But so when you're sponsored, we are not here, no, Tiena, let's see. Obi about economy. On no problem, shall say complaining. So the way at the old neighbor, wow, Third one, professional competence and due care. Professional competence and due care. What is professional competence and due care? When we say somebody is competent, what do we mean? Like Akufo-Addo told Mahama, they're not competent. And they have also come. And it is turning around. So what does it mean to be competent? Professional competence.
Up to tax or up to date.
Up to tax or up to date with what? Current issue. So this means that the professional accountant must possess the requisite skill and knowledge in the carrying out of their duties. The accountant must possess the requisite skill and knowledge in the carrying out of his duties. The requisite skill and knowledge in the carrying out of his duties. Now, when we say requisite skills, it means that you must be abreast with current developments in the field. You must know about your accounting standards. You must understand the issue about regulatory requirements. You must know about the international standards on auditing. Like, you must be up to date. Know your stuff. Be competent here. So that you are doing tax returns. You are a chartered accountant doing tax returns. Then you are now calling somebody, a national service personnel, to come and help you to do the tax returns. You should be fired. Straight up. It happens. They will say, oh, no, if there is somebody else who does that specialization,
they contract the person privately and pay the person
for
their own salary.
For them to do the job for them. That's bad.
Some people in the MD, they can't even close their accounts. they have to get some people to come and pay for them. Yes.
And pay them.
Yes.
Why not learn it once?
Sometimes some of their colleagues.
No, you know the MDA, sometimes the issues are not straightforward.
And it changes.
Yes, but
That
you
is why
need
you
to
must be
balance
up to
your
date.
account. So you have to get a professional who can do some.
Fish it out and then do some magics and then boom. Hey, Charlie.
I mean, you're also professional.
That is called a low professional. It's called professional for the salary. So that is the idea. You got to be competent in your work. Then the last one is professional behavior. What does it mean? Professional behavior. Professional behavior. What does it mean? You have to wear coats.
You don't have to eat in public.
You don't have to eat in public. I heard that somebody said if you chat down, you don't have to take trotro again.
No, hey, it's true.
Ah, really? Into this camera for taxi. Hey, so that's what we mean by professional behavior. So you wear coats, you drive.
You drive
Hey.
your own car.
Heel. Okay, so it means you guys are not professionals.
Yeah, not trying.
Okay, but that is just what they say in the physical realm, but in the community aspect. But the real thing about professional behavior is simply acting in accordance with laid down principles that guides the profession. Acting in accordance with laid down principles that guides the profession, and not engage in anything that discredits the profession. Acting in accordance with laid down principles that guides the profession, and not engage in anything that discredits the profession. And not engage in anything that discredits the profession. Don't go and take any bribe that will let you not to do the things well. You have discredited the thing. When many of the banks collapsed, many people were actually discrediting the audit profession, that they actually did a lousy job. And yes, the Institute of Chartered Accountants found a couple of them that they did a lousy job. That was why they were fined to make some payments
Deloitte
in relation to them. Deloitte and Touche and other PKF and other firms like that. Okay, but this is the question. This is like the 10 commandments. You must live your life in accordance with the 10 commandments. Nemo, what are the things that will cause you not to live these 10 commandments? We call them threats to professional ethics. So if the 10 commandments, one say, do not fornicate or commit adultery. If you are caught in a circumstance at a hotel with your work colleague or something like that, and there are the people who must lodge in a single room for the night because all the rooms are over, it is called threats to professional ethics. What do you do? You are lodging in the same room. What do you do? It's called threats. Let's look at it. So as an accountant, why can't you be straightforward? Why can't you be honest? Why will you be biased in your judgment? What could affect you to talk by heart anyway? We call it threats to professional ethics. 5 things you must understand about this. 1, and you'll be concluding on this. Poverty. You remember how? Self-interest. Let me do self-review first. And then self-interest. The poverty is the self-interest aspect. No? 3, advocacy. 4, familiarity. 5, intimidation. So these are the 5 threats that affect the auditor and the accountant's ability to adhere to the code of ethics. First, self-review threats. When we say self-review, what does it mean? These things are self-explanatory. So when we say self-review, what does it mean? Any idea? Self-review threats.
Except it's the last one.
Intimidation. Intimidation, I'm not sure you. Intimidation. What is self-review?
When you are the same person preparing and presenting the accounts, at the same time you are auditing your account.
Then it is what? A self-review. So this threat arises when the accountant or the auditor is involved in the preparation and presentation of what? Financial statements. This threat arises when the accountant is involved, when the auditor is involved in the preparation and presentation of financial statements. If I prepare financial statements and I'm the one auditing it, I know myself. I'm good. I mean boy, like I know myself. So when I do that self-review, that is going to affect my what? Objectivity. That is going to affect my judgment, and I'm going to be what? Biased, because I know I can't make any mistake. So if the auditor is involved in the preparation and presentation of financial statement, and at the same time reviewing the financial statement, that is a threat to the professional ethics. So preparation and presentation of financial statement is the sole responsibility of what? The board or management. You as an auditor, you are there to independently examine the financial statement. So if you go to a company and the accountant calls you, like for instance example, corner you somewhere and say, you just finished your CA, right? You see, we are doing the tax to be put in the figures. But Charlie, we checked it 10 years ago, Charlie, yeah, I'm going to give you 10,000 cedis, Can you help me and put it in the financial statement? Poverty. What do you do? Do you take the money and do the job, or not do the job? What do you do? I know, in actual sense, you will take the money and do the job. But professionally, you're not supposed to do it. So in the exam hall, if you are asked, don't do what you do in reality. You don't do it. You just sometimes you are tempted to write your emotions in the exam hall. There are some questions they ask, and you can have a practical experience of the question. So you end up bringing no, don't do that. Just do what you have to do. The standard says don't be involved. So I'll say, I won't be involved. But you will be involved. So you got to turn down that one because that is what the standard says. But the reality is that in actual sense, that could be hard. Now, if you should accept and do that job, not only are you under the self-review threat, but it results into another thing called the self-interest threat. So what is a self-interest threat? It is a threat that arises from the auditor having financial gain or other benefits from the client's entity. It's a threat that arises from the auditor having financial gain or other benefits from the entity. From the entity. It is called self-interest threat. That is why the standard says that an employee cannot be an auditor of a company. An agent cannot be an auditor of a company. A partner cannot be an auditor of a company. A shareholder cannot be a partner of a company. So because you've got to be independent, any of these things will be a self-interest. So you'll be making judgments, you'll be making various decisions because you know you will benefit from it. Another thing also is that audit firms sometimes have what is called contingency fee. Do you know contingency fee? So this is it. If you help us to be listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange, that is, you audit the financial statement and issue a good report that we are listed, we will give you $100,000. Self-interested. So the standard requires that, or the standard forbids audit firm from making any arrangement about what? Contingency fee. So don't expose yourself because it will affect your judgment. In the way auditing, 100K now, hey, my new car be a koto, my new fee be a and that is going to affect your objectivity. Third, advocacy. What does it mean to advocate? What does it mean to advocate? To announce. To announce. Okay.
To make known.
To make known. Okay. Okay. Now they are giving me synonyms, Not definition, but they'll give me synonyms. So I have to go back and find the meaning of the synonyms. So advocacy threat is a threat that arises due to the auditor promoting a point of view of the client's entity. Advocacy threat is a threat that arises due to the auditor promoting a point of view of the client's entity. Promoting a point of view of the client's entity. Now, advocacy is definitely going to affect you professionally. It will cause you to behave in a way you are not supposed to behave. For instance, the company is bidding for a contract with Ghana Health Service, and the management calls you as the auditor and say, help us be part of the team that will go and negotiate for the contract. And if you help us, you get some money. It is called what? Advocacy threat. Anything you are doing for the entity in return for something, you are advocating, and that can affect your code of ethics. Next one, familiarity threat. Familiarity threat. This threat arises from the auditor having close business or personal relationship with the client's entity. This arises from the auditor having close business and personal relationship with the client's entity. Close business and personal relationship with the client's entity. Remember, the key word here is close. 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 So, if it is your friend, you've been friends for whatever, but it's your friend, you can't audit your friend's company. If you need to audit it, then your work must be second review by somebody else. So if, for instance, Sewa and Priscilla, you are working in two different companies, and you are the accountant of your company, and Priscilla is the audit partner or member on the audit team to come and audit you. Immediately, Priscilla hears that it is your company and she is part of the team. Priscilla must disclose to the audit manager or to the firm that, oh, the accountant is my close friend. That is the best thing to do. Not go there and say, hey, sir, I can suddenly say, hey, no, 1,000, 10,000 into accounting now, you won't be but here. So familiarity threat. So you must disclose it off the bat so that it doesn't affect you in making of various judgments. And the last thing that we say goodbye to is intimidation threat. Intimidation threat. Intimidation threat. This threat arises from event circumstances. This threat arises from events or circumstances that cause the auditor to behave unusually. That cause the auditor to behave unusually. That cause the auditor to behave unusually. That is intimidation. And this can come from various sources. You can be intimidated based on the personality. So let's say that you are the auditor and you go to a company and you are having the first board meeting and the board chairman happens to be your pastor. He's your pastor. I mean, maybe throughout, even at the church, you've never met him personally, you've never spoken to him. Now, if you see him, definitely, a better also. And that is going to what? Affect you. And you're going to say, okay, if my pastor is part of the board who prepare financial statement, then they are not going to be making a lot of errors. It's going to affect your judgment. It's going to affect the way you misbehave. Or sometimes you can be threatened. You may see something. Then the board chairman or the CEO tells you that don't report it or leave it alone. What do? You've seen a fraud, huge sum of money. Then they said, you should keep quiet. What do? Or they said, come for $100,000 and keep quiet. What do? Don't allow poverty to come in. What do here? Obey them professionally. What do? Do you succumb or you say goodbye and lose your job? What do? Evan.
You say goodbye and lose the job.
Yeah. On paper. But you are not going to be employed again. You are going to go to another company or something like that. So you become unemployed. Do you do that? Or do you stand by it? I'm a Christian, I'm a chartered accountant, so this is what we do. I'm not going to do it. And if I become jobless for 7 months, God will take care of me.
For example, you say you do what?
Said Tua. Obey. You. What can you now meet here? And we are all here. We will follow you guys. Now, I bet you say intimidation better more. Now, this is what happens. Sometimes people are threatened. And if they threaten you and you don't succumb, sometimes it results into death. That is why many people don't like the audit field. Because you can go and carry out audit, you've seen something, they said keep quiet, don't include it in the report. But you have included it in the report. By the time you get home, you go and meet your great-grandfather somewhere, meaning they will kill you. So you're going to be intimidated. And intimidation comes from various sources. It could be a gift that could intimidate you. So for instance, you come to my company and I give you a Rolex watch of $50,000. Do you take it or you turn it down?
I'll turn it down.
You turn it down. Okay, so I call you and I said, oh Priscilla, I love the way you work, I love your attitude, you're a hardworking girl, you're a lady, you're doing a great job. This is a token. Look at the word I use, a token. But it's $50,000 Rolex watch. A token for you.
That one is a gift.
Yeah, so you
I
take it.
ask for it.
So you take it.
But looking at the price, and in fact, I can't take it.
That is it. It's a gift. You didn't ask for it.
Yes.
Nemo, I am enticing you. Now, since I won't take it to where we are, what do you think is going to happen? I said, yeah, hi. Oh, I said, sure, thank you very much the other time. I said, okay, I feel so who be there. Because that is going to create some level of what? Familiarity. I feel who be no bad. Let me see, forget here. You have to forget it because you remember what? The gift, $50,000. If you have to grab this cannot or card. So, like Sewa was saying, you have to what? Turn it down. In the exam hall, what is going to happen? The examiner may give you a scenario, and then he will ask you what is the appropriate action that you have to take. So the way you answer the question is, find out the threat that is in the question, and then you ask yourself what code of ethic is being affected. This is what you have to understand about introduction to financial reporting. Any question? Right, so thank you very much for joining the broadcast today. I believe that you really enjoyed that intense classroom session under business ethics. I brought you that special session because I thought of it that, it's a session that we shot already, and it's a session that is quite detailed, and I wanted you to as well to have the classroom feeling of what it is like for me to teach in one of the sessions like that, and that was why you saw that broadcast there. And I believe that you have learned the core issues about business ethics, because this is fundamental to your examination. There is definitely a question in the exam hall on business ethics that the examiner is going to be asking you. Like I concluded in the final statement there is going to be a scenario where the examiner is going to be asking you what is the professional code of or what is the threat, or what's the action that you must take here in order for you to reduce a threat, or in order for you to adhere to the code of ethics. Or better still, a scenario will be given. The examiner will ask you what is the professional requirement, or what are the courses of action that you must take under the scenario. So it is very important that when you are answering such a question, you link the ethics, the threat, to the ethics. All right, so you must make sure you do the linkage. So you must be able to distinguish and find out, all right, this is a familiarity threat, this is an intimidation threat, this is a professional or self-interest threat, this is a self-review threat, and this kind of threat, it's going to affect the objectivity of the accountant, it's going to affect the integrity of the accountant, it's going to affect the confidentiality of the accountant. And so once you identify the threat and find out about the professional code of ethics that is going to be affected, then what should be the appropriate action? The appropriate action are what we refer to as the safeguards. All right, the safeguards. So what safeguard must you undertake? There are safeguards on the professional level, there are safeguards on the corporate or the audit firm level, and then there are safeguards on the individual level. Sometimes it will mean that you turn down the entire audit. Sometimes it will mean that you are taken off from that audit. Sometimes it could mean that still disclosing what has to be disclosed in relation to that. And so these are the things that you need to understand about professional ethics. Remember, this is the business lecturer in Wooden Show. If you have any questions, any topic that you want me to cover in any subject, ACCA, ICA, CIMA, CPA, CFA, cost accounting, management accounting, business ethics, whatever it is that you want me to cover, put it in the chat box or put it in the comment box, and I'll be looking at it and I'll use it to design one of our lectures like this to assist you so you can prepare well for the examination. Remember, become a VIP member of the Nhyira Premium community by subscribing to the channel. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you click the subscription button, and then also remember to click the notification bell, because every single day I'll be going live like this from Monday to Friday to teach you on various subjects, on various topics, so I can assist you in order to prepare well for your examination. So thank you for joining the broadcast today. If there are any questions that you have, leave it in the chat box and I'm going to be answering all of those questions for you. So I'm going to hang on here in a few minutes. For those of you who are online that you have any questions to ask about today's discussion or about anything, you can put it in the chat box. In a few minutes, I'll be waiting here to answer any questions that you may be bringing to me live. And if you are watching the rebroadcast also, you can leave the question in the chat box or in the comment box, and I'm going to be answering all of that as well to help you to prepare well for your examination. Very much excited that you took time and joined us for the discussion, because it's my objective that I'll be able to provide you with more content so you'll be in a better position to prepare well for your examination. This is something I'm working on here. It's a question that we'll be practicing later on, possibly tomorrow or next week in one of the subjects. So we are consistently working on content. We are consistently looking at topics, critical strategies, critical areas that we have to produce content on. We have to release lecture videos on to help you to be able to position yourself to pass the examination. So thank you very much for joining the broadcast today. Remember to share the video, right? Share the video with your friends on WhatsApp, share it with your friends on Facebook, share it with people, and tell your colleagues about it, that every single day, Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. Or 1600 GMT, Nhyira Premium goes live on his YouTube channel, and he teaches on various subjects, on various topics. I'll be very much grateful for you to share that broadcast and also tell your colleagues about it. Remember, we want to reach as much people as possible so that together we can build a community and also help people to achieve their goals. There are sometimes people call me or send us messages here and they are like, I put the course down, I decided not to pursue the course again, I've written the exam over and over again, but someone introduced your YouTube channel to me, or someone sent me a copy of your book, or someone sent me an article that you wrote, and after reading the article or after watching your videos on YouTube, I decided that, oh, it is not as difficult as I was thinking. It is easy, it is something that I can actually pull through. So you don't know what you'll be doing, the life that you'll be transforming if you share this video with other people. Maybe you don't know, so just share it on your WhatsApp platforms, share it on your Facebook profile pages. You don't know who's going to click on that and whose dream is going to be revived as a result of their introduction to the channel. So make sure you share the channel. Let's reach as much people as possible so we can have people coming in and coming to watch, so we can transform other people's life and make the world a better place. Thank you very much for joining the broadcast today. Very much excited about it, and I'll see you same time tomorrow as we continue with our journey towards the ICA May 2020 examination or the ACCA March or June examination. Remember, it is Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. or 1600 GMT, and I go live, teach on various subjects, on various topics. Take care of yourself, and remember, time is running out. Time is running out. The sooner you start putting in the effort, the sooner you start studying, the sooner you start being serious, the better it's going to be for you. So make sure that you put in the work, make sure you put in the effort. Don't wait for any revision or intervention class anywhere to attend. You'll be wasting your time. Put in the efforts from now. When you get there, you can cruise through learning and reduce the pressure on yourself, which can result to you failing in the exam. So put in the work, put in the effort. If you have any questions that you want us to look at, put it in the chat box. Or let's say that maybe you are not attending lectures, or you are somebody that is busy and does not get access or cannot attend the regular lectures from anywhere across, and you want to study under my mentorship. You can get access to the full lecture video. What you watched today was an excerpt from our financial reporting class. So you get access to the full lecture videos, you get access to ebooks, you get access to question kits, and you get access to a dedicated lecturer once a week via Skype, where all the questions that you have will be answered. So if this is something that you are interested in and you want to study under my mentorship online with us for the ICA examination or the ACCA examination, you can visit the link in the description, NhyiraPremiumUniversity.com/courses, NhyiraPremiumUniversity.com/courses. The link is in the description, and you can enroll in the full course and become part of our family and be able to get access to the content, to the assistance that will help you to pass the examination. If there are any inquiries that you have also, you can send them on 050-114-9296, 050-114-9296. For those of you who will be interested to join me on Skype or connect with me on Skype, it is Premium Educator. Premium Educator. So you can search for Premium Educator on Skype, or you send us a WhatsApp message 050-114-9296, and we will be here to help you out, to assist you, and to answer any questions that you are having for your examination. So thank you for joining the broadcast. I'll see you same time tomorrow as we continue with our journey towards the ICA May 2020 examination. Bye-bye.